What's good, y'all? We back. Hip Hop Humboldt Radio live on the air on HumboldtHotAir.org.
What the is going on, you motherfuckers out here in motherfucking radio land? This is Humboldt Hot Air, you feel me? And we are doing this one more time. This is Hip Hop Humboldt Radio. You hip to the hip and the hippity hop. All right,
what you mean one more time? Is this the last time?
I think that we are going to be transitioning here pretty soon. I ain't going to say it's the last time, but you're going to still hear us in a different way. You feel me?
Well, what you mean, though?
I mean, it's going to be, some, we're going to transition. We transitioning. It's 2025. We transitioning.
Boy.
Man, you gonna let them know, but you ain't really gonna let them know. I see.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep them riveted. You gotta keep them on the edge of the seat.
Yeah.
But
well,
if you know.
Right.
So
I just want to say,
we back in the building, people in the building, and the place to be. This is HI to the E in the T. If you did, I'm just playing. I'm not about to.
But I just want to say, 2025, I'm back on my shit.
Okay.
So everybody.
Albert
better be scared again.
You got a lot of toilet paper for people.
Yeah, bro. Y'all better be scared again, bro. I'm getting my mind, body, soul, and spirit.
It's this one.
Last year was a bunch of bullshit.
This is Albert's. Go ahead.
A bunch of unnecessary drama with the bear. Everybody was hating on the bear. Everybody be talking on the bear. Everybody talking all that shit.
Yeah, I like that.
We got OnlyFans bitches only trying to expose me. We got old ass folks thinking they hot shit.
No, he said OnlyFans.
And I'm tired of it. All I'm saying is I'm back in the gym. I got my fucking mind. I'm getting my mind right, getting my money right, getting my body right.
Boom.
Fucking, it's happening, bro. Y'all better be scared again.
Right.
I'm here to raise hell 2025.
Right.
Hey,
yeah,
I'm ready for it, bro, for real.
Yeah.
You see what?
Man. Bear came out the gates with some heat. Okay.
We ain't
gonna record this shit, bro.
He having crash out moments right now.
We potted.
No, we potted.
Yeah, he crashed out.
You want contact or not?
He's crashed out. He's crashed out beer tonight. He's crashed out beer.
Hey, let me tell you what.
I'm tired of bots. I'm tired of fucking everything, bro.
Shit.
Yeah, we in this bitch.
Lawsuits,
but
they be doing that too much, bro. We're gonna talk about that.
Oh man.
I don't know. All I'm saying is I'm feeling good. I'm back in this bitch.
Hey, I love
out
to
of
hear
this
it.
bitch for
The
a little
Bears
bit.
back.
I'm back in this bitch. Like
Bears
I said, I'm
back.
getting my
You
mind,
wasn't
body,
never out
soul.
of it. You wasn't
Yeah,
never
you
out
know.
of it, bro.
Never, but I'm just saying.
There was too many people trying to hop on.
There's a thing though. It's like, I feel like I was operating off 85%
Okay.
last year.
Okay.
But
Talk about it.
the last 3. All right, so 2 years ago I decided on making, focusing on music. The year after that I was focusing on shows, and then last year I was focusing more on content.
Right.
But I think this is the year. It's like, all right, we're putting all 4 of that shit together.
Boom. Boom.
Fuck that, bro. It's over.
There
Y'all
you
been
go.
Y'all been seeing.
Boom.
I love Humboldt, but you see, we be getting the love outside of Humboldt.
Okay, talk about it.
Shit.
Central Valley Food. I saw something
Central
about
Valley shit. Fucking. There's another place in
He on one.
San Antonio. Been sharing my shit.
Okay.
So we been getting out. Bro.
Shout out to the homies in San Antonio.
Yeah, we been getting out, bro.
La Familia.
We been getting out, bro. And that's the thing is like, I'm finally getting the love from the Hispanic community. They didn't show me that shit at first, but now it feels good. It feels good, bro. It feels good coming back around. You feel me?
Right.
That's that Cali love right there.
It's just a little more outside of
Texas
Cali.
too, bro.
Texas.
Yep.
Texas, everybody,
Yep.
I mean,
See, that's what's up.
That's why I said I posted the other day. I said
the Bears back.
the mixtape we just dropped. It's like we're pushing black and brown unity,
Mhm.
but this is the beginning of the fight, bro. Like we got way more to go. This is just the beginning.
Mhm.
We got the bullshit out the way. Now it's time to really fight. Fuck all that other shit.
Yep.
Earth without us is just.
Coming out the gate swinging this year, 2025, bro. What's up? How we feeling?
Hey, man, I love to see it, bro. I love to hear it, bro. That's what's up.
Shit.
You know.
He on one.
I'm on one, bro. I'm on
What you on, Dave? What you on one
3
today
shots
too?
of testosterone.
Oh, I'm chilling. I've been chilling.
You know, you got the Hip Hop Humboldt hoodie on, the Hip Hop Humboldt beanie, man.
Well, I
Man,
gotta
I wish
plug
the
it,
people
'cause,
could
hey,
see you,
that's
man.
what
They
we
need to go ahead and get that, man.
Right, that's what we're gonna do this episode for sure. Is we're gonna plug the shit, bro. Because
Yeah,
let me
man.
tell you what,
Tell
this
them where
might
to
be
get
the
that,
last
man.
episode we can plug the shit.
Oh
So,
man,
you
tell them where to
know
get
what
that, man.
Hey man, you got to go to HipHopHumboldt.com. Everything is on HipHopHumboldt.com.
We can't even say that on the radio, huh? Like when we go live.
Once it's FM radio, man, it's gonna be a little different. I can't share anything.
It's gonna fall back to if you know, y'all. I just want y'all to understand. Y'all gonna have to stay tapped in.
Yeah, we can't talk about all this shit.
We got read the rules. Of changes, and
they told us all the rules that we can't do.
We going FM. It's FCC now.
Oh, it's out in the air now. FCC,
radio's
man.
Cool.
94.7 KHHALA Arcata is going to be the station, and we are going to be live every other weekend.
But on some real shit,
radio,
though,
y'all gonna hear us, man. Y'all know what it is.
On some real shit, though, like the radio's cool. We love y'all. We love hanging out.
It's gonna be way
every
different.
other Saturday, and we love fucking with the community. But the real support comes go to our pages and listen to the Spotify's, buy our merch, and listen to the music.
Support the people.
Support the pages. You
got to.
HipHopHumboldt.
If y'all want to see it continue, y'all gotta support it.
Yeah, because without y'all, it is no us.
Without the community, what are we?
Like I'm saying, this radio is just our time to come kick it with you guys.
Right.
Everybody listening. But like I said, the real support is outside of this shit.
And y'all can come in and tap in, stop in, let us know you want to come in on the radio show. You can come and get on the radio show. That's what it's going to be about. Since
anybody
we can't
has
plug
any grievance, anything you guys want to say, if we say some shit you don't like, hit us up. Come talk about it on the radio.
Right.
Let's go. Shit, I'm on some shit this year.
Hey, now, man, let me tell you what. Well, let me tell you what. So I got a few things that I got on the list to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to give folks a quick preview. You know what I mean? I wanted to first, give a big thumbs down, man. Let me tell you what, bros. I feel like Nipsey is rolling over in his grave right now.
What do they do?
Whoa. What the fuck?
What you mean?
What are you talking about?
What you mean? What am I talking about?
He's rolling 60 in his grave.
What the fuck happened?
He's rolling 60 in his grave.
Real talk. Real talk.
What the fuck is going on?
Let me tell you what, bro.
What the fuck is happening?
Thumbs down.
What do they do?
To Snoop Dogg.
What do they do?
And Rick Ross and Nelly and whoever else that was performing at the Trump inauguration ball, man. Come on, man.
Hey, man.
I need the sound effects. I need to get like the boo.
Yeah, I see that shit, bro.
It was gonna be a topic of conversation simply because.
When is he getting inaugurated again?
The Monday.
The 20th.
Yes,
and this was the party, and Snoop was there. And that's what I'm tripping on, because 4 years ago, Snoop was like, what about all these jigaboos? He's like, I want to see the jigaboos that's going to come out to support Trump, to perform for Trump and all this and all that. And then what does this fool do?
Damn.
So, I was talking to the homie about it, or not the homie, I was talking to OG, but, Brother Curtis, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to him about it as well today, and he was asking about it because he was like, man, what you think about it? And I was like, man, I don't think nothing, because Snoop is still Snoop. Like, it's a reason to this shit. He's in a different tax class right now. He knows that niggas keeping them niggas with money. It's get down or lay down, right? All that shit he been talking, all that shit all these years, all that political shit he was doing and shit, right? And this shit was for money. It's a money grab. You feel me? And to be on the right side, you feel me? You got to understand, he got everything right now. He has everything.
Well, you lost the credit in the community that you built up the last few years.
He understands that they know how to cover that shit up. Niggas will forget. Niggas know niggas forget, bro. And it ain't even a thing about it, because, the thing is as fucked up as it is, because he was against a whole lot of the shit the nigga was doing, talking a lot of shit, outspoken, saying fuck, you know what I mean? Remember, he was going on rants on Instagram and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So you have all that shit going, and then you turn around and you there, and you feel me? I don't know. It makes me wonder, what the fuck's going on? It's the same thing, when you see the fucking Jimmy Carter funeral, and you see how Kamala Harris sat in front of fucking Obama and Trump, who's sitting right next to each other, having little fucking conversations, and she obviously is mad. You can see it on her face. Tell, you know what I'm saying? And then, come on, bro. This shit is a fucking political show.
Yeah, it's a game.
It is. It's a fucking game, bro. It's fucking optics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They
at this
all
point,
on the same team.
Snoop is everything. He Corona, he T-Mobile, he Snoop. He T-Mobile, he Corona, he everything.
But listen to this,
everything.
This is...
He what's the dad beer shit? He the gin and juice shit. He's Snoop. That's
all I gotta say, bros. I learned about this. Right. All right. What I'm seeing right now. This is just what I'm seeing. This is my own personal This is my own personal view on things, right?
Mhm.
I've seen this before. I've learned about this in history. The last person that's moving like this dude wasn't a good guy. He had fucking concentration camps open.
Oh, you talking Trump now?
Yeah, I'm talking
Got
about
you.
Trump, but I'm saying I've learned about this in history because there's another dude with his name starts with an H,
Right.
ends with the ER, that kind of did similar shit. And I know I'll probably get my head cut off for this shit, but I don't give a fuck. I see a lot of shit happening, bro. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of fucking books being burned. I'm not saying our I'm not saying our educational system was the fucking best, but at the same time, I see a lot of books being burned, a lot of buildings being burned, a lot of people getting X'd out, you know? And I see a lot of like mass fear happening, like the beginnings of a lot of mass fear. And that's how a lot of shit happened.
Optics, man.
Think about this time, you know, the 20s, World Wars, fucking Great Depression.
Things repeat.
And I just kind of feel like everybody's kind of going towards that way right now. As much as like, you know, the people say they're thinking positively, this and that, but it's like I kind of just feel like things are going that way right now, and it's mass.
It's getting
It's a
real.
mass fear going on.
It's getting real.
And I mean, that's the system trying to keep us in fear, because when you in fear, you make bad decisions, right? You're going to give up your liberties.
can't think
You're
right.
gonna
Not
give
bad.
up.
You make
can't
brash.
think
Nobody
right.
can think right.
I don't think
Yep.
you say make bad. I think you make brash decisions.
Okay.
Bad.
You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily bad, because you
No,
make
they're
brash
going to be
decisions.
bad.
gonna
Yeah,
be a
but
lot
I'm
of
saying
bad
you make spontaneous, you know, brash decisions without even, you know what I'm saying?
You give up things that you wouldn't have otherwise.
Well, they end up being good, or they end up being bad. You know what I'm saying? But it's because you made the brash decision. But a lot of people ain't thinking about none of that. They're thinking about what comes with the rest of the decision.
I don't
They're
know.
not thinking about the decision itself, which
All
sucks.
we
It's
have left
unfortunate,
is this
but
fucking music shit.
yeah,
Because it's going to
Art.
get to a point where our voices are going to get silenced.
Mm-hmm.
they ain't silencing
Yep,
nothing.
yep.
You say that right now, bro.
I'll beat
But
'em
you
up.
say that right now. A lot
I'll
of
beat
that's
'em
why I
up.
said the fight's barely
Squabble
started.
up, nigga.
The fight's barely started.
Squabble
bro.
up.
Well, I
Squabble
mean,
up.
what's
Squabble
the
up.
main way that people get their voices out there nowadays is through the internet, right? Like you could go out there and, you know, just like have a little like, you know, go out locally to your square or your plaza in your city with a
YouTube.
megaphone. But if you want to get your voice out there, it's through the internet, right?
Well,
and you only
yeah.
got so many, unless you do it yourself, unless you have like your own .com, unless you have your own platform, right? The people use social media, and on social media, things get suppressed. You talk too political on Facebook, they're gonna pull you under the
And it's getting
algorithm. You ain't gonna.
crazier
You
and
ain't,
Speaking of
Crazy.
social media, what you think about the TikTok ban?
we're gonna get into that too. Man.
Because
Look
I
at
ain't
that.
got no
TikTok.
TikTok.
Hey man, I got a lot I could say on it.
That's what
yeah,
I say
I-
fuck TikTok,
I don't
but
know
you know
what the-
what? That's a part of the
Yeah,
thing
see,
is
I don't
when
like
people
it
getting censored.
Yeah,
It's already
Right.
happening.
And it's supposed to be free speech in this country.
It's already
That,
happening.
we knew that,
you know?
nigga. But come on now, ain't no fucking free speech in this country.
That's what I said.
Right.
She's
Hey,
getting crazy. She's
motherfucker,
getting wicked.
if
She's
you
starting to
say
get
fuck the
wicked.
police in their face too many times, they'll pepper spray or tase your ass and say you did something.
Right.
There is no free speech. It's protests. You get your ass beat at protests.
It's
there's
free
no free
speech up until you cross somebody with some power.
Well, and just not even until with some power, just until whoever is quote unquote agitated. Really, yeah, like you know, your free speech only matters when you feel free doing it.
You
And
guys,
you realize how free you are when that shit happens, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's like you know, if a rival, you know, a gang member go to a rival's hood and say fuck they hood in they hood, like your free speech you got
you know, I knew we were
consequences.
fucked
right? You know
when
what
I
I'm saying?
seen the picture. When I seen the picture, the inaugural picture that they have of Trump this year.
Oh.
And the motherfuckers got the shredded
Mean
mini
looking.
wheat fucking hair browsing through his
Right.
brow.
Right.
I knew. I was like, oh, bro, we
Bro.
are fucked.
He looked like Vigo the Carpathian from Ghostbusters 2.
Bro, he looks fucking like.
That shit is
Bro.
scary.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
crazy.
know.
Yeah.
And then his homie JD Vance looks like a wooden puppet.
That
he
fool looks
don't
like a
even
straight
look
up vampire, bro.
He look crazy.
Yeah, that fool looks like
The
he
eyes
eats on
look
fucking
weird.
fetuses every morning, bro. What the-
Stem cells.
But hey, let's be real about it though. So TikTok is gonna be gone. I was just on
How do you
TikTok
feel
a little
about it?
while-
Because I ain't got TikTok.
I don't go on. I have it. I don't go on it because it's not my thing. I'm not into videos. I'm not into little short form.
I don't know what it
videos.
is.
I'm
Like
not
it's
into
like an old
video
Vine.
content and all that. No, it's just
It's like
a-
Vine. You know how Vine was.
I mean,
Only
I
thing I have to
suppose
say
it's
about
all
it-
videos. You know.
I was done with TikTok a long time ago after they fucking shadow banned me, like back in like 2020 or
Right.
something.
They wasn't
They
fucking
be
with
hard
you,
on
bro.
cannabis. They was hard on cannabis stuff for a long time.
Yeah, bro, but I was able to get my little TikTok fame in the beginning, you know?
Right.
I got, a few thousand followers. Let me see, I think it's like 10,000 followers, and then I was getting like 120,000 views regularly on my videos, and then they just shadow banned my shit. So anything that had, I tried it over and over for the years, but anything that has Owlbear in it, Owlbear93 or Owlbear-93 or whatever the fuck it is, just gets shadow banned. That's why my TikTok is not doing good, and that's why I said fuck it a long time ago.
Now,
That's why I
they
don't
said
mess with
Trump is
social
going.
media.
They say Trump is extending it.
Well, we'll see.
Fuck it.
They already
No.
just put it out. They're gonna be
I
gone
already see
tomorrow. It's
people
gonna be dark.
posting.
They say get 30
Everybody's
days.
posting their fucking that TikTok's
Farewell.
not working right now.
Stuttering and everything like that. I was just on some lives watching some people like they was crying. These people on there was crying like, oh man, because a lot of people making
A
money
lot of
on
people
TikTok.
is living. That's how they became who they are
But-
to them. Like it's like
That's
the
the
in-house
thing,
people
bro,
that didn't
is-
have the outside
That's what happens when you
socialism.
put your
You
personality
socialize
in
on
your money,
camera.
you
Right.
know?
Right.
They make the money off that, so they feel like that's their personality. It's like, no, bitch, you
They're
can work.
afraid.
Get out there.
Socialize.
happen
Get the
again.
fuck out there
Right.
and do it
But-
in real life.
But what I'm saying though too though is that whether it's even Instagram Live or TikTok Live, I know people that created whole businesses where they would just go on there on live and sell things.
But there's other options
You know
other
what I'm
than
saying?
TikTok, bro.
Well,
Like
there is.
I
but
mean,
I'm
like,
saying
it's
those
been-
are the platforms where you could reach the most people. Like literally, I'm telling you, I've seen people grow from businesses from nothing into making thousands of dollars a month. Just
I
selling
feel like
goods
every
online.
platform can kind of do that if we just support it. Like if you realize the
Well, it's
options
about
you
the
have.
hashtags.
Like for instance, how like most people have like how you got MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, right? Like all of them. Some people still got MySpace, believe it or not. Like you can still
Right.
like log into that shit, So some people got Facebook, some people got Instagram, right? Some people got TikTok, right? But with all of those platforms, you can do all the same things on them. With all of them.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
can,
like
you can live stream on a whole
yeah.
bunch of different platforms,
So
right?
I
That's what I'm
always-
saying. You have to own your own thing. You can't be on social media with your brand because it could get either shut down, you get suppressed. That's the whole thing about it, right? So that's my thing is that with this TikTok ban, right? Let's be real about it. There's two things. Number one, they don't like people being able to share information that they can't control, and that's what happened. And if you want to get even more real with what it was, look. 4 years ago, when Trump was president, he tried to shut TikTok down then. They was talking about shutting TikTok down.
Yeah,
That's why I never
and
got
all
on
that
TikTok
shit.
like that because I was like, hey, this thing could go away, right? But, hey, we ain't going to get too deep into it. But y'all know,
let's go deep.
y'all know really what the real deal with this was. The Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt, said, we have a TikTok problem. I'm talking about these Zionists. They didn't like people sharing Palestine, information about Palestine, and the people taking Palestinian side. So they was like, hey, that's like I said. He said, we have a TikTok problem. And who owns the most seats in the U.S. Congress? The American Israeli Political Action Committee. Those people own Congress. So they said, all right, it's time to shut this TikTok shit down. Right? And here we are. Now let me just move it to another side that's a little bit more positive though. Because check it out. I don't know if y'all seen this new thing that's come out. All these people have been hopping on Red Note,
I've
Little
been
Red
seeing the
Book,
Red Note.
the Chinese app, right?
I don't know
Now
what
there's
that is.
interesting things, but it's a lot of interesting things going on with it, right?
similar to TikTok or something.
It's straight up run from Chinese. It's like a Chinese TikTok kind of thing, like a Chinese Instagram.
Right.
But what's interesting about it is all these Americans that they call themselves. People love to just like label themselves like TikTok refugees. You ain't no refugee, and you ain't evading violence. You ain't no refugee. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? But these quote unquote
The
TikTok
resistance.
refugees, right? They all hopped over to Red Note, and they seeing what life is like for people in China. And they're seeing that there's less than 0.2% Chinese people that are homeless. It's not even 1%. It's not even 0.2. It's 0.18%. Not even 1% of Chinese people are homeless. 95% of people in China own their homes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they go to the grocery store, they're not spending what you could spend $80 on groceries here in the United States cost them an equivalent of, it would be like $8. They not spending their whole paychecks on their groceries. They not doing none of that over there because the living is just different, because that country is run better than the United States. They not trying to just starve and vampire the people and keep you know what I'm saying? There's certain things. Let me tell you what, I'm not just saying China's perfect. Like, you can't go over there and talk about Tiananmen Square. You can't go over there and talk about old stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain things, you
Can't
know what I
talk
mean?
about
You can't talk about the
niggas,
government,
huh?
certain things like that. There's certain things you can't talk about. It's an
Can't talk
authoritarian
about
society to a
Kim
level, too.
Jong-un there
You know what I'm
either.
saying? But is there homeless people like there is over there? Like it is over here? Is there homeless people over there like that, where it's just slum cities and tent cities
but
all
you
over
know
the place?
what they
No.
do
See, but
have,
this
though?
is exactly what
You
happens.
know, they
This
do
is
have. They
exactly
have
what
a-
happens, though. Hold on, real quick.
All right.
This is exactly what happens when that American dream turns into that American nightmare. You know, because it's like, even down to the music shit. Since this is HipHopHumboldt, you know, down to the music shit. Unfortunately, it all equates to fucking numbers, and the numbers ain't even fucking real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
What
that's
you talking
like, I'm just talking about, and just like, all right, for instance, like, we're sold on this American dream.
Uh-huh.
When
Some
real,
people are.
yeah, a lot of people are, bro. Like, even I can say me to it a lot of the times, you know. But when you realize that it's just a fucking, like I said, American nightmare, where there ain't shit you know, like, when you realize, oh damn, like, yeah, maybe this is all business orientated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, down to the music I make, down to the fucking way I gotta sell this shit, the way it has to be sold is all fucking numbers, and it's all the fucking business, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's cracking people's brains, is because we're taught that this is normal shit. So whenever we do get on this app and see that what's happening over there in China, like, oh wait, they're actually living life, and like they actually have a life, and like, you know, and we're not. We're over here in a business mode. We're in business minds. That's why everybody has to have the big house. That's why everybody here is afraid of poverty.
Right.
You know, and that's the
Right.
biggest trick the devil can fucking pull, is
Mm-hmm.
you fucking make your people fear not each other, but you make them fear poverty and ill health. Like, you can control any fucking body.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why everybody, think about every single friend we have. They're either afraid of fear, or they have fear of poverty, ill health. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why all of us need that house. That's why we don't want to fucking go broke, because we don't want to lose our fucking house.
Or you can't get sick because you might
That's what I'm saying.
go
We
bankrupt.
can't get sick because now we can't go to work, and this is that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's why all these people are tripping out when they're getting on red note, because they're like, oh, wait a minute. Like, they're not really, like, fearing poverty or ill health, because they have healthcare systems. They have fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
they with 1.something% homelessness, you know?
Right. Yeah. Less
They
than
ain't they're not fearing half the shit that we're fearing,
Mm-hmm.
is what I'm guessing. I guess what I'm really trying to say.
Education is cheap. Everything's cheap
Yeah,
over
man, like,
there.
all the shit over here like has us in fear of not fucking, I don't know. We're fearing the American dream, basically. We're living in this American nightmare. That's what I mean. It's like we're fearing all this shit that's keeping us, and that's what's keeping us down.
Yep.
That's what's keeping us in this fucking low state of vibration. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's where they want it. That's where they want, because at that point, then you're gonna give up a whole lot of different liberties that you think that you have. You know.
Yeah, I don't want to go broke, so I'm gonna fucking sign this thing. You
Right.
know, that's gonna fucking have me have to pay shit on. I'm gonna become a fucking financial slave for the next fucking 25 years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
It's because you're afraid of losing something. That's why you're gonna go out and sign that fucking thing. You know, or like,
Right.
oh, I'm gonna go fucking. I'm afraid I'm
Those
gonna get.
brash decisions, like he was
Exactly,
just
yeah,
talking about.
exactly.
You know.
That's why everybody's
Meanwhile, over there, you lose your job. You don't have to pay.
Hold on
You
now,
don't lose
hold
your
on
house.
Now, hold on now. Now you gotta understand that over there they do got suicide forests and shit. People have a higher suicide rate. There's a higher life taken. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
I don't know about that,
It
bro.
ain't
You have to
broadcast,
show
bro.
me the numbers, bro, because there's a lot of
I promise
propaganda
you,
that people have been
They
propagandized
have
with,
a
bro.
actual forest.
That you thinking of Japan?
That's
'Cause they
Japan.
work.
That's
They
not
work
Japan.
people. They work people to the bone in Japan.
Japan is
It may be
Japan.
okay.
They not
It may be this.
communists.
Okay, it may be this. All right. I'm just saying.
Well, shit, if
This is the last
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, if-
FCC radio show. He's going in.
This nigga,
Hey,
they
you
can't
can't see
see
what
me,
he was
but
doing.
maybe
I ain't
it's
gonna lie
this,
though,
yeah.
if porn was illegal here too in the United States, I think a lot of people would be offing themselves. I'm just
I
saying.
mean,
bro.
but they.
Hey, I
But,
don't
I'm
know,
just
man.
saying.
I'm just saying, bro.
Like,
No,
there's
I
still
know.
Chinese people taking chances making their little house porn, man. It just isn't that. It's not like every other porn. Like they got dope phones, but it's just a lot. Just it's not a lot of, you know. How we even get on that? Anyway, what I was saying is, you know,
Bring it back.
You know,
Bring it back.
the suicide forest, like not even
It's-
suicide
motherfucker
forest,
brought it
but just
back to
suicide.
suicide forest. No,
But
man.
suicide,
Talk about China,
though,
man.
man. With China, all right, well,
Let's talk
okay.
about China.
Got a lot of good shit, man. They got good smart cities.
They
They
got
got good
high-speed
this. They
rail
got
that
that. But
connects
you
their
know what
whole
else? They got
country.
they got a lot of motherfucking surveillance. They got a lot of shit on people's
got
lives.
surveillance, that's
They
all.
got the shit to where they can look into your shit, and when you walk in, if your shit's the camera, that shit can tell you your whole shit.
Here's the
name,
thing,
all that,
though.
how
And you
much
think
money's
they
in
don't
your
have that over
nigga.
here?
That's
how
what I'm
much
saying. At
money-
least China
I'm just
tells
saying
you
this,
that
how
they
much
do
money's
it.
in your
That's
bank
the
account,
society.
how much this, how much that, how much this, how much that. Then you got to think about it. China's got how many people over there?
1.4 billion.
Okay, my nigga.
At least China's government
They
tells
gonna
them they're
build.
watching.
They gonna build some shit you ain't never seen.
At least China tells them they're watching.
That's.
bro.
I mean, look at history.
But you got
Egyptians built pyramids, right? How many motherfuckers was it then?
Right.
Probably some billions then, right?
Well, I'm saying like, so there's a lot of things that people are figuring out. Even I was propagandized because people over here in the United States were told that there's the Chinese social credit score system over there. That's not a real thing over there. How would you do that for 1.4 billion people?
Man, they
But we
got
have
people
we have an
accounts.
Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax score. And if you don't have
I
a
don't
good
even
credit
know what none
score,
of
you
that
can't
shit
get a
means.
house.
I know what it means, but I don't know. Like okay, like as an American, right? What does that mean? Like that shit doesn't really mean shit to real people that actually.
are
Are you
Yeah.
crazy, bro?
I mean, it
Go
does.
get a car. Go get a house
I
right
know
now.
that, but you know that they got that 15 seat. They got these codes to where you ain't supposed to even drop
But it all
nothing down
comes
on
back
none of
to
it.
fear.
And all you gotta do is quote them. It's what not. It's manipulation, really. It's because what they doing is they not telling you that other side of the pillow. Whereas other people can use that other side of the pillow and feel cool when the other side get too hot, right? And we just think that when we lay on it and it warms up, it's just gonna get nothing but hot. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's another side to the pillow. Like, you ain't supposed. There's literally codes and all of this shit and section codes and USCs and this all with numbers that they have that you aren't supposed to drop no money on no fucking house, no money on. I mean, and even Gavin Newsom, he eliminated the 3 times the rent shit in California and shit, which is a dope thing, right?
But they still doing that, though.
Yeah, they still
do it.
doing it because people ain't paying attention to it. People ain't speaking on it and knowing what the fuck the rights is and then implicating them into their real life.
Right.
Like when you got to know what they can't do and then tell them what they
People
can't do.
don't know their
yeah,
rights.
if they don't know what they can't do, feel me? Then they just gonna do what the fuck they want to see how much you know. We know that.
Right.
Like people gonna always try to get over on you for no reason. Like right? Because everybody wants to just I don't know what the one upper shit is about, right? Like
Well,
feel
that's
me?
just
It's like,
capitalism.
if-
There's winners and there's
yeah,
losers.
like
right?
if-
You want to
if-
be a winner.
yeah.
You want to be a duper, not a dupee.
Yeah, well, I feel that.
Shout
but
out
then-
Frank from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I feel that, but at the same time, I just don't want to be a person who assimilates,
Right.
and that's my problem. Like everybody's societal
But not
assimilates.
everybody like you, though. Not
But
everybody like you.
that's why I am like I am.
I saw an interesting statistic. I don't know if it's true or not because, there's everything out there on the internet. But it said in the United States, something like I don't know if it's real or not, bro, but something like 30+% of people can't read past the 6th grade level.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
believe
that
it.
shit is real.
I believe
You
it.
know? And so-
People, because you know why it's hard to believe? Because people can speak,
Mhm.
right? And just because people can speak, don't mean they can read,
Mhm.
right?
You could pass
Like,
yourself off and
you
not be
can-
able to read at all.
Like your whole life you listen to speech.
Mhm.
You're not learning how to read speech, right? You go to school. A lot of people, a lot of people don't even have a high school level degree.
Right.
You feel me? Like
Right.
to keep it a band. A lot
Right.
of people don't.
Right.
Let alone a college, some college, right? And then the people that do, like that's why they look at the accelerator, but it really don't because I know lots of people with college degrees and BAs and bachelors and that shit don't do nothing for them. They still doing the same shit.
Still scraping.
Yeah, like because in reality, it's like even when they tell you, okay, you gotta do this to earn this salary, right? We know that you don't really have to. It's just really what you apply your mind to and how good you are at what you do.
And a lot of times who you know
And
is
a lot
a
of
real
times who
big
you
part
know.
of it.
And that's what I mean. That's why I mean, like, it's about what you expose yourself to and get out and meet people. And that's why I think that's the vibe. And it's going to change a whole lot of the trajectory of the world and where it's going because people are going to actually start getting out and mingling again.
I don't
Even
know,
though
bro.
I don't think it is. They gonna
looking
get out
at
and
how it's
mingle.
looking, bro. I don't think it's looking like that.
It's
though,
just
bro.
January 18th.
We got a lot of Christian nationalists that are real emboldened right now, bro.
It's January
We got-
18th, man.
we got-
Always shit coming out every day. You know that.
We got
So let's say this.
Facebook and all these other big companies, a bunch of companies eliminating DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah.
Because it's the Trump era.
because they want to say what the fuck they want to say, and they feel like that's what's gonna allow them to say and do what they want to do. When in reality, like, bro, like, there's still class action lawsuits. It don't have nothing to do with none of that. People are looking at letters and words. Like, that shit has nothing to do with the rights of an American person or just the rights of just in business. Like, you feel me? Like, class action lawsuits will still shut down businesses regardless of anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just have more of an argument by eliminating DEI. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so it's like at the end of the day, it just like takes off one element of it, but you can still lose at the end of the day.
Right.
Like it's still wrongful terminations. That has nothing to do with DEI. Wrongful terminations is wrongful terminations, regardless of any of that. So the DEI just gives them a little, okay, well, we can say we don't want this person, or this person don't look like this for their business, which is like, okay, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, who gonna suffer the most? The businesses, not the people.
Well, that's going to be a big part
Bro,
of it, too,
the people
man.
always make a way.
Well, the people's always going to make a way, but let me tell you what, because what's happening is a lot of power and money is getting consolidated up towards the big businesses, towards a few people, and what they already trying to do. Like, we looking at mass deportations on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be deporting people from
And
sanctuary cities.
and that's the thing that makes me fucking nervous, bro. That's the thing that makes me nervous about this whole Trump shit, right? Is because he's saying they say want to do mass deportation, which just opens up the gates to fucking profile Hispanics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, whenever they sit in the same, try to say Gaza and all this shit with terrorists, that just opens up, you know, people to get profiled.
Sure.
Yep.
You feel me?
Somebody must have left their phone.
That's how I'm feeling about it right now, bro. It's like, I don't feel like being fucking stopped just because they're like, oh, let's see if you have papers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you know, oh, you're Hispanic.
Yep.
We have to stop you.
Right.
To check. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just some bullshit to me.
Oh, yeah. No, most definitely, fam.
And that's the one thing that gets me, like a little fucking nervous, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That shit just gets me a little nervous because it's like, fuck,
That
bro, I don't want to be getting fucking stopped for no goddamn reason.
That song, David Rock did that.
Nah, that's a track. That's a track by somebody. I don't know that. Yeah, I feel you, bro. Like that, it's not supposed to be like that. Like, we progressed away from that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because in reality,
And then,
we took the country, the southern part of the whole country, from
and then you see what's
Hispanics.
you see what's getting like pushed too. Like, I mean, even with the, like, I'm not saying that dude that was right, the New Orleans. I don't even know if that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's another thing. You know, now they're gonna put that face up there and be like, all right, let's fear all black people again.
Or
Like,
Muslims.
they're
and-
terrorists. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. It's like,
Yep. They stoking that all up.
yeah.
I want to bet, mark my words. I hate to even think like this, but I bet that they planted some false flags where they gonna be having, you know, because I mean, come on, man. Like these, whether it's Middle Eastern people, whether whoever it is, like these people they're not tripping over the United States like that. Everybody's just trying to live right now. They getting bombed. Like the whole Middle East is changing. Nobody's tripping on like coming over here and bombing the United States, but. Like, just like what happened with 9/11, I don't want to get too deep into that, you know what I mean? If you really look at who did it, you know what I mean? But it's the powers that be doing false flags to get people scared, and then people give up their rights. People give, and then that stokes fear towards a certain
I
group.
was gonna say, it's the fear.
Mhm.
It's that fear that, you know,
Yep.
it's like the fucking fear.
And then that's gonna be their cue to roll out all kinds of surveillance, like the homie over here was talking about. You know what I mean? They're gonna have a whole next level of surveillance. When he was talking about, like China's gonna be rolling this out. Watch the level of surveillance and things that's gonna be coming out from the United States of America. You know what I mean?
But yeah,
What we
that's,
I don't know. Put it something. I'm just in that.
So,
that shit's pissing me
Bro,
off.
I'm not tripping on
Why
that
are
shit.
you
You
looking at the
tripping,
room?
bro.
Talk at the microphone.
Because that's what we talking about. And look
So-
what's on there. Look at that. What does it
And
say at
things
the
are
bottom?
changing. Jesus Christ?
No,
What's that?
at the bottom.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Swaggart.
Who is that? What does it
Jimmy
say above
Swaggart?
his name though?
Classic, bro. That's that old school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Christian
And it's a
evangelist.
lot of this going on, and I see
I know.
what we talking about. You see what I'm saying? Yeah,
Oh my
but I see what without saying.
Who
but
cares,
that's
bro?
not-
I like that guy's
it's not
haircut, bro.
about
I like
that.
the blonde.
See, it's not about
I know,
that.
it looks
It's not
like
about that. What I'm doing is I'm talking about what we speaking on right now. This is the same thing because this is the same movement. It's gonna be happening, right? It's the same type of thing, right? They're gonna do this. They're gonna do what they want, say what they want, just to make it okay for them to be whatever. I even feel like they're gonna bring back the Confederate band off the flag. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's gonna be a
Love
whole,
shit.
and that's gonna be like the rampant shit because motherfuckers gonna be running and doing all right. And we understand like that within this, we do have some of them, right? Okay, so then we coming in and we got to sit there and see this type of shit. No, that's why I'm saying, like, as I'm sitting here in
Ain't
my
nobody
energy,
tripping on it.
it's
Ain't
not,
nobody-
I know we ain't tripping, but
No,
what
I'm
I'm
saying ain't
saying,
nobody running the radio
I
station. special
I
cookie on that.
understand.
They're not-
You understand?
They ain't trying to scare us. They ain't putting the fear out there.
But do you understand what
I
I'm
ain't scared
saying?
of Jimmy- I
Optics
ain't
is
scared
what
of
did we
Jimmy
say?
Swaggart.
What did we say?
The second coming of my God, look,
Yeah.
flying missiles,
Mhm.
atomic bombs,
okay.
and the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Preached by what?
As preached by evangelist Jimmy Swaggart.
And what
My
is that?
grandmama,
And what's the new?
was a black woman.
All
She
right,
used
and
to
now
watch Jimmy
what's the
Swaggart.
new movement now?
Christian evangelism, Christian naturalism.
So
It
here's
ain't
my
the new
thing.
movement. It's just
Let me
you know,
speak
version.
real quick. Let me
Okay,
speak real
now.
quick. Let me
Speak
speak
on
real
it.
quick. myself.
Am I off topic right now?
Let me speak on
You
this.
are, but I ain't gonna.
No, I'm not. Nigga.
The
What am I speaking
churches
of?
keep fear alive.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah,
All right, let me
pandering.
no, no,
Because
no,
they
let
reach
me-
people,
let me
right?
speak-
Pimping and
let me-
pandering
Let me see.
and-
No,
and
let me see.
preaching.
Let me see. The churches keep the fear alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they teach you to be afraid of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
The devil, or quote unquote, we're gonna say quote unquote the devil, right?
Mm-hmm.
In all reality, the devil is just negative thought, negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
Why do the churches preach to be afraid of that? You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, that fear that they're teaching you is keeping that motherfucker alive,
Mm-hmm.
and which is occupying the empty space in your brain, which is making you fear that. Since a kid, you know, they say, "Oh, if you don't do good, the fucking scaly, big, fork tongue,
The boogeyman.
you know, he's gonna come get you. You're gonna go to hell." So that's already implanted in your brain growing up. Like, all right, I'm
Right.
afraid of
The
this hell. I'm
Diddy
afraid.
man.
I'm afraid. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this because I'm afraid of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If why are they preaching this shit? Why are they like teaching you to be afraid of that? Well, they shouldn't even be talking about it at all.
Mm-hmm.
The devil's non-existent over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because then you're just eliminate. Like they don't want to eliminate
The
the
fear.
fear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
And it's the same thing in American society because, like he said before, like I agree with, you know, that's the fear of in this country. There's the fear of being that homeless person, being the loser in capitalist society where there's winners and there's losers. You don't want to be that loser, so there's the fear of that, which is a trip because in reality, you know, what I'm saying that's one of the things that my grandmama always said was when you look at a homeless person, be nice to that homeless person because that could be Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
You know
it could
what
be
I'm
you
saying?
in 10
And then
years.
here's the thing, too.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. It's like
or in a couple, or in a year, yeah, or less.
Yeah, or it could
there's
be
like
you.
I
ain't
forgot
gonna
how
be
many.
you.
I think there's like seven, maybe even less. 4, but the 3 big things that are I'm gonna say I'm gonna name the 4 big things that humans fear, really,
Mhm.
and that get taken advantage of in our society. Like I said, 1, fear of poverty.
Mm-hmm.
2, ill health.
Mm-hmm.
3, being ridiculed for your own thoughts
Mhm.
and judged for your own thoughts. 4, the fear of not having love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So think about how our society is fucking put together. It's put together for us to fear all that shit.
All of them.
All of them. Once you start recognizing what these natural fears are as a human, like, and then they just make it opens your eyes to what the fucking how
But some
things
people-
are being ran out here.
Yeah, but
you
some
know?
people
For
love
real,
to be
100%.
hated as well.
'Cause,
Some
all right, let's
people
say the
love to
devil.
be hated.
Let's say the devil. We're gonna just call it the devil.
Diddy.
Right? So we're gonna call it the devil.
Diddy.
Fear occupies empty space in your brain. Right?
Right.
So once you have fear occupying the empty spaces in your brain, that it allows, quote unquote, the devil to seep in, and then that's when you start actually like sinning,
Mm-hmm.
trying to cover up those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get covered up in those feelings, it's just a life cycle because every time something goes wrong in your brain, oh fuck, I gotta revert back to doing the things that I normally be sinning on. And that's you think about 98% of Americans, or 98% of people on Earth, as a matter of fact, do that shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, once you start realizing that, that's when you're like, fuck that, bro. Like I gotta do something different.
Check, check.
Came
Okay,
back. It
can you
just
hear me?
came back.
Check.
The mixer turned off.
See, I push this back. Push
Damn, what is the
that way.
odds?
That's
of
the
getting
devil.
good. That's
That's
what
the
I'm saying.
devil.
We
That was the
rebuke you.
devil, bro, for real.
We rebuke you, motherfucker. Get out of here.
The devil's in play, man. Let
For
me
real.
tell you
I'm
what.
telling you, bro.
No, I agree though, bro. And see, that's exactly because they got
I
it in this
love
country.
when
They
you
got it
count
set
me
up to
out.
where you could quickly. Everybody's working. The majority of people working paycheck to paycheck. You 2 paychecks away from being homeless, right? You
You
one
won.
accident away from medical bankruptcy,
Half accident.
right?
They don't want us to succeed,
those,
bro.
Those,
if they taught,
so that's what they say. I say those are the statistics, but those statistics are always cut in half.
Let's just think, though.
The communities
bro,
that
tripping.
we. No, I'm thinking about it. They always cut in half when it comes to the minority community, bro. Those are cut in half. So they might say that, but it's cut in half to me. So you might say 3, right? And I'll be like, that's like 1.5, right? So
they like paychecks,
yeah, like so they'll be like, are you in between?
Bro, you tripping? They might talking about big concepts, bro. You tripping?
They say they say you in between two paychecks. You're really in between one. What are you talking about? Food is high, gas is high. I drive my car at 91 octane. There's no way I'm tripping. So they say it's 2. They say it's 3. I'm telling you 2. I'm telling you it's 1.
Splitting hairs though, bro. I'm saying you splitting hairs, bro.
No, I'm with you. I'm concurring with you. Is what I'm saying. I'm just in the back, like nigga. That's 1.
What do you think? All right. What do you think?
It's cut in half.
How do you think this nation would be if churches and pretty much everything was preaching faith instead of fear? If we were learned faith from the beginning, like. If we were taught faith, how to have more faith instead of fearing things, how do you think this country would be ran?
It'd be a whole lot more. To me, it'd be a whole lot. I am holier than thou. Still, it'd be a lot more of those people in this motherfucker. The thing about religion is and I grew up in the religion.
It has nothing to do with religion. I'm just talking about faith.
On the faith, even with the faith, because people's gonna always go. There's the thing with human beings to me is that people always gonna think that my faith is higher than yours. My religion is right, but no matter what religion it is, my God is higher than yours. They don't think to the minds of the even plateau of the like-mindedness of it may just be one God, right? We might all just be serving the same. You know what I'm saying?
But I think he's talking about that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about religion.
Faith in like
I'm
the
talking
American
about,
dream.
Yeah, like all right. So as a young age, they teach everybody to fear something. To fear something. Like I said, maybe the devil. But then like, what if we were taught that instead of being taught that fear, what if we were taught that faith at a young age? What if everybody was taught that faith at a young age?
I hear you. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? And it has so it's like not it has nothing to do with like religion, but it's like faith in basically faith in yourself. If everybody is taught that, have faith in themselves and how to move off of themselves, like I think things will be way different. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of fear.
Yeah, instead of fear. Same thing with the schools. Like if the teachers became the student and actually learned from the kids to teach them what they really need to know, like I think things will be done way different. But no, it's not. Like churches teach fear. School teaches to repeat and fucking repeat information. You know? But I'm just saying, it's like I think things will be ran way differently if we were taught that faith in the beginning stages instead of like having to fear something. All right, because then they think about all this shit.
Because then we would have the faith and the actual belief that we could change this shit that's going on right now. Where it's way too much power confined into a few people with just a few hundred people that have all the money and the control and you know what I'm saying, the different systems that they have control over. You know what I'm saying? Then we'd be like, nah, we're not gonna let this happen. It'd be like the French people. The French people, they always have revolutions every so often, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The French Revolution that they had because it was too many people eating cake. There was too many people that had there was a small amount of people that had control of everything, and the French people revolted like they used to do. You know what I'm saying? They had belief in themselves. They still have that belief over there. They're not scared of the police over there. They're not scared. They'll mess the police up. They'll beat the police up.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like, and that just shows you being taught faith and fear. I hear both of y'all because I'm just sitting here listening, bro, and I'm just like when I say something I'm tripping, but I'm listening.
No, you ain't tripping. I'm just saying, like,
listen to this though, bro. Like, from the perspective of what you saying and how you saying it, it'll make sense, right? And from the overview of the mentality of human beings, people, right, that we've seen over time, right? Mm-hmm. There's always got to be some sense of power to whatever it is. Even if you taught that, somebody's going to be more powerful because they're going to say, I was taught more. Feel me? And then you see what I'm saying? Like, it's always a race for something, and that's what I was heading to. It's not to say that it would be bad, right? What it would do would just have you on a different train of thought, or you see what I'm saying? A way of thinking, or you know what I'm saying? Like a specific way of looking at things, right? And it's not to say that it wouldn't be good, right? Because everything will be positive about it. But when you boil it down to it, right? Everybody still has that same resource. That's what we was taught. It starts at home. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Morals is what he's speaking of. That's moral. That's a moral compass. Mm-hmm. You feel me? To know that you can do this, the possibility is, and this is where it starts at with at home. And a lot of people wasn't taught that. We had to build ourselves up for that. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But that's really what the reaction would be to that. Feel me? But what human beings is they always seek something to follow.
All right, so
That's
here's the
human
thing.
I'm saying?
All these are human conditions that you're talking about.
And that, they all. So what I'm saying is like it all makes sense, right? Because we speaking from a point of perspective, right? But in the overview, we have to look at history and where just human beings as a whole. It's not to say that it wouldn't work. It's not to say that it's bad. It's not to say that it's not dope. It's a dope idea. It would, but what it would do was just allow people to use their brains more and kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Here's my
It's
question
more
to
of
you,
a revulsion.
Mr. Height.
Yes, sir.
I asked David. Now I want to ask you though. Direct answers. How do you think this country would be ran if we were taught faith over fear at a young age?
It'll be lawless society.
In what way?
Because people will put their faith in whatever they deem it so.
I don't think so, bro.
How not? We got people that put their faith in guns, bro.
See, but then
We got people that, I'm just saying. I'm being 100. You asked me a question, I'm direct answer.
I feel like, let me tell you what, I feel like this country, most specifically, out of a lot of other countries in the world.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about
they
America, bro.
They do a divide and conquer over here.
We're not thinking like, if
And
we
so,
was in Africa or in,
if we realize,
in a
if
different
we
place,
had more thought that in faith that we could change things, we would not be so complacent about a lot of the stuff, a lot of the fuck shit that happens in the United States of America.
A lot of people are afraid of being ridiculed.
But
I'm
this
gonna
is
say,
what I'm
like,
saying.
a lot of people
Right.
in
True.
the U.S. are afraid to be ridiculed for the. It's so silly to say this, but for the way they're viewed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to seem like I'm homeless, so I'm gonna fucking break my back. I'm gonna fucking do whatever I can to keep this fucking this little shelter over my head.
Right.
These little wheels under my bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
I think that's more of a societal view. Those are the people that are viewed like by like
But
who.
the U.S. has nothing but societal view.
Yeah, it depends on. But
You know what I'm saying? Like,
as well, but it depends on what you involve your views, your viewpoints of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a lot of people that it's just a lot of off the grid motherfuckers, right? They're not in and on, right? And you know people, and I know people that ain't even on social media.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? What are those views? What is going through their shit? See what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm keeping it as a whole because when I'm thinking about it, like I said, it's not right, it's not wrong, right? But there is a gray area of everything. Everything has a gray area. So you have to look within the gray area to say, okay, because if you think about it, right, the people that did the shit in Utah, that shit that when they had that compound and they shot that 1991 shit and they went out there and the police and them SWAT teams, right, that was a faith belief. That wasn't religion.
Yeah.
That was a faith. Mm-hmm. They had faith in that. So that's what I mean by when I say it depends on what people put their faith in.
True. because
Because somebody is going to get, and because it becomes a power struggle, what we came back to,
faith,
right?
Or, but you think it's fear of whatever they're taught, bro?
Nah.
Because it's like, you know what I'm saying?
There's some fear involved.
I feel
I'm
like
afraid
it's not,
to go to hell. So
it's a sense of unknowing, bro. If I walk out this door right now and I don't know somebody out there, my nigga, and I don't have the sense of unknowing that something may be out there, bro, then I'm just walking into death, correct? But if I have a sense of that, okay, it could be a possibility. I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna open the door. You feel me? It's a way that you maneuver with it when you have the sense of it, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like what he's saying it because it's the sense of what you're doing is unlocking another perspective of way to view things, right? Because most people wouldn't view it that way.
So you want
to them, it's just walking out the door, right?
So you saying if everybody had more faith in themselves, like he was asking the question of, then it would be like what you talking about, like more like an anarchy society.
Yeah, because who's gonna want who to have more faith in them?
Right. And let me tell you what, that's not necessarily a bad thing because in this society, in a capitalist society, power flows to the top. In an anarchist-minded society, it's a more horizontal hierarchy where everybody's on the same playing field.
But that's exactly what fucking Instagram is. People look at these people that have thousands and thousands of followers and put their faith in those. Those are the stereotypes, the hairstyles, the speech, the way people talk, the way that they hold themselves.
That's sheep and
But
followers.
that's a trick,
do you see
though.
what I'm saying?
That's a trick.
That may be, but but what I'm saying is that is a freedom of thought to people.
That's
the same
trick.
as TikTok is. It's a freedom of thought to people.
That's the trick.
Feel
though.
me? I hear you.
That's the trick, though.
I'm not pinpointing it. I'm saying I'm giving you an example of that is the thought.
But
it's the same thing.
Here's my counter to that though. Is that's the ultimate devil's trick, right? Is that all right? So you will go back to the people. You know, all right. Let's have faith in these demons type shit. You know, there's obviously a fear in that. Like these people say, oh, I need to go blow this up because I'm afraid I'm gonna go to hell and I'm not gonna get my presence in heaven. right? They're afraid of losing that shit in heaven. That's that fear. So they're like, you know what? I have to do what this, what my religion says, what I was taught from the beginning.
The fear
because
that's implanted.
I'm afraid I'm not going to get my treasures in heaven. Like, I'm afraid I'm not going to get that.
And that keeps you in line in a certain box.
And then that goes back, and then that trickles down to the Instagram, the hairstyles, and this and that.
Now, hold on.
Listen.
Okay, but that reverse also. But hold on, before you go further. But just to what you just said. No, just to what you just said. Hold on. Just before I know, but hold on. He's still in flight. He's still in flight because I'm not trying to take over. But look, just from what you just said. No, just from what you just said. But I'm saying just what he just said.
All right, hold on. Pop. Go ahead, bro. But that goes down to what you said. The Instagrams and all that shit is because people are having. You said people are having faith in the next hot thing or the hairstyle, the music, and this and that. But no, really, it's the fear of missing out. There's an acronym for it, FOMO. Mm-hmm. Fear of missing out. That's why people doom scroll. That's why because there's a fear of missing out.
Which flows back to what you were talking about, where people don't want to be ridiculed for their views, so they follow somebody else. They follow the masses. They groupthink and just do what other people are doing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's where I see a lot of the fear. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fear. There's too much fear going on from the top all the way to the bottom, societal view all the way down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying. So I'm speaking from like the people that are like those are people that are uncertain of themselves. I'm speaking from the point of people that
which is a lot of people.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Those are two
facts,
different points,
right?
Religious and just regular shit.
But I'm not speaking from religion. I'm just speaking from faith, right? There's people that go on Instagram, right? And they have, let's just not even speak from the groupie shit or none of that. Let's speak from the inspirational shit, right? There's some people that go and they follow these people because what they post is they got faith in the shit that they saying to be true, right? So this goes back to the followings, right? If you a person on a planet, bro, and let's just say, because look at history and look at biblically, right? People put faith in what shows faith to be put in. You see what I'm saying? That's and I'm not, like I said, I'm not knocking. I'm just playing the devil's advocate because in this sense, right? In this sense, it's just perspective. It's what you open your mind to allow to come into you. It's not necessarily having to speak or say, okay, well, because if I have faith in guns, right? And then that's my faith in all. That's just my faith in full metal. That's my faith. Feel me? That's not my religion. Would be just nigga full metal jacket. I'm following. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. But in the reality of it, the faith is in the weapon. Feel me? Human beings use the weapon, right? So it can have a misuse in the faith, right?
Right.
Okay. That's all. So
that just shows me though that they're afraid of not having faith in themselves. So they're finding faith in something outside of their body.
But it's that's why
they don't have that faith within.
But here's the thing that I'm saying though, right? Human beings are scared of evolving, period. Right? Because with evolution, it has everything to do with what he's talking about, which is death, the unknown, right? People are scared to evolve, and that's why society is where we at. It has really nothing to do with how you live and what. It's just scared of evolution.
Right.
You have fear of evolving, period. You might have.
We need to get over that. We need to go more towards the Star Trek.
That's my whole thing.
It's like for the niggas that wake up.
That was my ultimate question: is if we were taught to have faith in ourselves instead of fear.
Hey.
And that's why I said I think it would be good, but it would be kind of fucked up because people will begin to put faith in other things that didn't need the faith. Right. It's in whoever. So let's say but I'm just saying, if I have a faith or belief or something, right, and everybody got their faith or whatever, right, but it's one person or a couple people that's like, okay, what they saying is making sense to my faith, but that's their faith as well. That's a combined faith, correct? Okay, so then my faith is believing in somebody else's faith as well, right? So I'm putting faith in them.
No, you're not putting faith in them. It's the same beliefs, right? It's the community of beliefs.
But you put in faith in somebody's because their beliefs have to make sense to yours for you to align with them.
It might not be somebody. It just might be the same.
Or I'm not somebody. I'm saying like something, like right.
Yeah.
So your faith would have to align with something that they're saying in order for it to. You know what I'm saying? For you to believe in it.
So my response to all this is this. So there's perceptions, but nowadays, see, that's where we progress. Whether it's you looking at what we're talking about, like in the past, history, biblical times, and all this and all that. What's different now is there's a lot of different perspectives, but There's
at once.
also one truth.
Yeah.
There's one truth of what's happening.
I don't think that's it though. I think there's many truths to a lot
let me
of
tell you
different
what.
things.
There's one truth about there's one truth on how the country is operating. There's one truth about, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing that gets everybody is not everybody believes in the one truth because they're once again scared of what Albert was talking about, being outside those lines and getting ridiculed from your thoughts. There's one truth. There's one truth that Donald Trump was the president that locked the whole country down and pushed Operation Warp Speed, which pushed out the COVID vaccines, which is a Department of Defense bioweapon, an mRNA bioweapon. There's one truth that Robert Malone, that created the vaccines, said that it is. I was watching a video today on it. That is gene therapy. That's one truth. Not everybody's going to believe that truth because not everybody's going to want to fall in line to what the masses are being told and what the masses are believing.
To
There's
what they
one
put their
truth.
faith
I got another.
Right.
I got
That's what
another
I'm
like
saying.
eggshell. You know what I'm
Feel
saying?
me? They
Eggshell
follow
question
it.
right here.
That's
All
what I
right.
do.
So here it is. It's like what did I say? The faith and the fear thing. I just lost it right now. Shit.
But that's why.
No,
No,
got-
it's just because I was getting into
what
kind of
I'm
what you're
saying,
saying.
because- You see what I'm saying? Like
but
that's
we're progressing to a point where if people were more informed, more educated, and actually cared just a little bit more in this country about about the political landscape, which affects you. People think, oh, I don't care about politics. Politics is coming for your ass right now. Politics is coming for your ass. I don't care who you are. You might be Tom McDonald, who just dropped a video with Roseanne Arnold talking about we won, you lost, cry babies, and all this and all
I
that.
seen
You
that
might be
bullshit
those
today,
people and everything like that. The same system that's coming for us, that's going to be mass deportating people on Tuesday. That same system is putting in a digital prison on those same Make America Great Again folks. Those same red conservatives. Those same people. They under it too.
Yeah,
White
like,
people pour out here too.
They don't want to understand. It's like, this is what I say about all of this shit, bro. Like, society-wise, bro, like, this is America. See what I'm saying? Like,
America's changing, bro.
Well, but I'm saying, like, this is America, though. Because what it is like, we don't understand. For us as human beings now and living in the time that we live in, we don't know what America was like 100 years ago. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know, right? This is America, though, right? So this is what it is. Feel me? With everything that's progressed to regress, right, would be America.
Mm-hmm.
It's the American way, right? So it's like,
which is changing, bro.
right?
Let me
So,
tell you what.
yeah,
it's
and that's what I'm
That's what I
saying.
say,
Like, this is
American
why a lot of
nightmare.
things is not shocking. To me, this shit is not shocking, bro. None of it is shocking. None of it is like to where you can be like, oh, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? It never makes you, it's like it's no wows. Like, you feel me?
Right,
like
right.
the wows be
If
like
you aware.
Yeah, like if you, and that's what I mean though. Because everything that he's saying is just what I'm saying.
right.
Feel me? That's why I am the way I am. You have to be aware. That is all it is.
Right.
It's being aware to be having your perspective, to open your third eye and be able to think outside the box. But a lot of people, will say, right, that it's this or it's that or it's this or it's that or it's an
Right.
occultist or it's, you know what I'm saying?
So here-
like when the reality is in hindsight, it's just each one of us. It all
Right.
starts there.
Exactly.
So-
And that's what I was going to say before you get into that real quick. And I think the thing that I always respond to people with on that note is that whether it's the American people, whether it's black people, whether it's any kind of people, no group of people is a monolith. There's always going to be people that believe different things and have different
I just wish
perspectives.
that I just feel like we should stop getting to the race of the people and be like, if you not the rich, you us.
I
So
feel
listen
you
to this, though.
1,000% class consciousness.
You see what I'm
on the
saying?
same
Can
Like,
you guys answer this though, real
1,000%.
quick? Now I got the question back. Can you guys answer this? Besides God, what's one of the biggest enemies? Let's say, quote unquote, the devil. What's one of the biggest enemies of this devil besides God?
Love.
No, I mean love. But like,
Yep.
no, but like I'm talking about what's one of the biggest and like, because
Peace.
he can know the devil can use love.
Peace.
Devil can use. I'm just saying.
Peace.
The big
Education?
besides God,
Peace.
the biggest enemy of the devil is somebody that can think for themselves.
Education. Yep.
And that's the biggest. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
That's the biggest thing. Like, there's somebody
right.
that can think for themselves. That's
What
one of the
book is
biggest
that, Dave?
enemies.
But that you're right. But what book is that, Dave? When they say the slave remember is the How to Keep a Slave, or what's that movie? That book that they say that in like to not allow them to think for themselves, to control the thoughts and all of that shit, like the zeitgeist type shit, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like this is the type of shit. Like, so I feel you. Like, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you. Like, you
Yep,
feel me?
yep.
But that's why I say like it. So when I say like as human beings, we all one conscious. We all one conscious. And that's what it boils down to. Morals, right, wrong. You have an internal moral compass. If you're in the streets and you see a nigga trying to rob a grandma, your moral compass kicks in like, nigga, what is he doing? I'm about to walk the fuck over here.
Right.
Feel me? Even if you're not Captain Save-A-Ho, right? You just something just kicks into you. It's the moral code. And that's what a lot of people detour from. They see things happening, they don't stop it. They want to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it makes, it seems like I feel like we all have this way of thinking, period. Right? It's
What you talking about?
just the way of how we talking about. It's on one wave pattern, one waveform. We all conscious minded.
Right.
We are all human beings. We're all born the same way. We all die the same way. Right? We all have thoughts. We all have subconscious, and we have conscious thoughts. We have a lot of the same things, right?
And a lot of that's the illusion. That's what they call in.
But what it is that a lot of people don't use their brain.
Right. I agree with you.
They just have them because we're human beings. And what we doing right now, even in speaking, is we just speaking while using our brains. A lot of people, they be mind blown by shit like this, right? But we just having a conversation using our brain. And the reality is that if more people, what Albert says is why I'm saying, like, I concur, but I'm just going to flip it to this. If more people just use their fucking brain, the world would be a better place.
Right. But I agree. But then they also have to have, going back to what Albert said, they have to have that belief in themselves and that faith in themselves. Because what you just said right now, where you said you used the example of, like, if a grandma's getting, robbed on the side of the street, you're going to step up and say, what's going on here? See, in this, I can't speak to other places because I live in the United States of America. I live here in California, right? I see what I see. But look at what just happened. So I know y'all ain't necessarily into the news like I be into the news, man.
What you mean?
But I'm just saying, look at Sam Husseini, who was just up in the press secretary briefing for Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State, for his farewell speech, and they dragged him up out of there.
Yeah.
Journalists, he was trying to ask questions. They dragged him up out of there.
They did the same thing to the British people. They did the hawker shit in there and shut it down.
Right.
The same shit.
And see, I'm saying, but see, look, check it out. The other journalists that were in there, that's a journalist that got violently dragged out of there, right, for asking questions, which is his right to do because he's there to ask questions, right? Those other journalists didn't stand up and say, hold up, why is the police dragging him out? We're like, hold up, leave him alone, put him down. Like, that's a fellow journalist. Because everybody's scared because it's all about the money.
The societal fear.
Stepping out of line from what's acceptable, or you don't want to lose your job. Those journalists work for it. New York Times, this place, that place. They don't want to lose their job.
You just saying that right there just made me fucking go back to what I was first saying. Like, before all this shit was like, I learned about this in school. The dude that I learned that did all this shit, his name started with an H and ended with the ER. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the type of shit that was happening. People are getting kicked out of, you can't ask these certain questions. You can't do these certain things. We got to get rid of these certain books. We can't have this person talk to him because we already know he's going to expose. So we want, he's not even, take his whole fucking, take all his credentials away. He can't even be a reporter anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's the authoritarianism of telling people this is what you have to believe. This is what's right. This is what's wrong. And you know what I'm saying? And that's where we flows back to what we're talking about. If we had the faith in ourselves and the awareness and the education,
and they don't teach
a lot of
that
things
shit
would be,
to us.
Not at all.
They don't teach that shit to us at all, bro. Like, I'm 31 years old, really just finding this shit out, to be honest.
Right.
You know, and it's because I was taught a certain thing all these years. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said I'm back on my shit now.
Right. You ready?
Mind, body, soul, you know, because things are going to get real, bro. And that's all we have left.
Right.
Like, me and you, that's all we have left, bro. It's like we need our mind, body, and soul as strong as possible right now because this shit's going to, like, this money shit doesn't even matter, bro.
Right.
Like, this whole, like, the societal view, the societal hierarchy, whatever it is, wherever you're at in life, like, really doesn't fucking matter at this point. Like, we need to have our God body intact.
And that's where they say the revolution starts is from within, right?
That's
From
what I
within.
see. You know what I'm saying? It starts with everybody. That's what
That's
I
what I
was.
said.
That's
Like
what I'm
anybody
getting at.
listening right now.
No, I
like,
feel you.
Like
It starts
anybody, I'm
within
just gonna.
each
I'm not.
one-
I'm
each
not
one
trying to
of us.
preach nothing or nothing. But anybody that's listening right now, like now's the time to get your mind, body, and spirit intact.
Facts.
Like
I
all
feel
like,
you.
and that's the thing is like everything's getting taken away. Everything's getting taken away slowly, and we may not see it right now, but it's happening. The only thing
The
we
rug
do
is
have
getting
now,
pulled.
the last like human connection shit that we do have, like human to human connection that we have left, is music. Really,
Mm-hmm.
you take everything away, we can still make music. We can still make words. You can't
I
take
mean,
our
well,
mind
shit.
away.
What's the nigga?
But at the-
Leo,
you know what I'm saying?
He running that, so shit. I guess we can't do that either. UMG gonna say something. Warner Brothers.
But it's-
Wait,
take- no,
it
I'm
is
talking
two
about-
dudes that own 37%.
That's what I'm saying.
of
Take
all.
away
You know
all
what tripped
that
me out
shit.
about this shit though? Is while we talking about this shit, right?
Mhm.
You know what tripped me the fuck out?
What is it?
Is what we talking about. You talk about niggas don't watch news. Shut up, nigga. Listen. You know what tripped me the fuck out? 2 people own most of the water in California.
Right. The Resnicks. One couple. And
Do you
ain't that
understand what I'm
crazy?
saying to you? People own water.
They think they own water.
No, they own it because the world is burning because these niggas won't release the water.
Right.
They shut the hydrants off. They stop the dams from pumping the water to where it's supposed to go. It's water, and water is free flowing. And people
And this is on the
control
coast.
and own water, and it's near the ocean.
Right.
What are we talking about, bro?
It's
We
horrible,
talking. That's
man.
what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, when I tell people, like, when I be talking to shit, right? I just kind of say the shit that niggas don't want to say.
Nah, I feel
we
you.
talking about niggas own water.
Right.
2 people own the majority of our water.
In one of the biggest states, actually, this is the 6th largest
Come
economy
on,
in the
bro.
world, and 2 people
Well, even
own
where I'm
the
from,
water.
yeah, that's-
They sell
crazy.
air in a can, my nigga.
That's
and
from
you
the
know that
Lorax,
these,
bro.
but you know that these niggas is millionaires though
Right. No, I feel
from
you.
selling
They-
air.
Right.
But this is that thing, bro. Is they?
It's crazy.
All right, yeah, they may get numbers.
Flavored
They may get
breathable air,
a
bro.
paycheck off this shit, but in reality, like you can't own Mother Nature.
No,
Mother
and-
Nature's gonna own your.
but that's
ass
what I'm saying.
eventually.
You can't, but they do right now.
They,
But
they
this
do
is
right
the-
now.
horrible.
They
But that's what I'm
monetize it for
saying.
the
Like
moment.
Right.
that's why I mean, like, it started with us.
They monetize
Right.
it
That's
for
where
the
it
moment.
start there.
And that's the problem is that that's one of the things I think about when I think about this shit, right? Is that it's almost scary to the layman because check it out. The way this country operates, the 3 of us know it's a lot more demonic than what people believe.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and it could get so scary that people don't even want to believe that. So their cognitive dissonance says, nah, I'm not even going to believe that. I'm not going to believe that the rich people directed energy weapons on Los Angeles to burn up and move out a bunch of people so that way they could buy up the land for cheap right before, a few years before the next Olympics, which is going to be in Los Angeles, right? And we already got BlackRock stepping in there and trying to buy up a bunch of land for cheap. You know what
Let's
I'm saying?
bring it
Like,
back
that's
home.
so
Let's-
scary that
let's-
most people don't even want to believe
Yeah,
that.
and
But
then
we
for
got
the
to
ones that
come
don't
back
want
to
to
that
believe
one
that
truth.
shit,
It's
let's take
yeah.
it back. Let's take it back the last few years. What was it? Last year was Hawaii,
Right.
right?
Exact
What was
same
the year
shit.
before that? Was us. The fires that were just
That
here
was
in Northern
it, in
California.
SoCal,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like
Well,
And
in Southern
Lake County and
California,
all that.
remember in
before,
Hemet,
no, I'm talking
I
about
moved up here.
before SoCal was the Hawaii. Before Hawaii was like the last big fire.
A
was
few
us.
years, and I was
No,
just
that's what
remembering
I'm
back
saying.
2018. It was the big old fire.
Y'all,
in Santa
that fire-
Rosa.
That's what I'm saying.
That
like,
fire that was up here was when? 2021?
2020.
21.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We had a fire in Hemet, nigga, that was in 2020.
Uh-huh.
That burned probably like 30,000 acres of the San Bernardino forest. Literally was burning for like fucking weeks.
Central
Like a
Valley
little
had
bit,
fire.
month,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? Like,
And that was
burning
right
shit.
before. But this is what I'm saying though, like, right?
Mel
Probably
Gibson said it. Mel Gibson said it straight up. He's like, this is like in the olden days when the cattle ranchers just used to burn people's farms and move them up off the land for the cattle. It's the same type of mentality. It's the same
So
thing.
then there's
It's
a
crazy.
project. Nobody knows the Project 2025. Nobody seen that?
Oh, I see no.
That
I mean,
mass
not, no,
fear.
no, not 2025. Nobody seen the Project 2028.
2028.
Yeah,
Who did that one? The conservatives?
the smart city.
Oh, the smart city. Oh, yeah. I seen about it. Oh, yeah. L.A. smart city?
What's the best location?
What you mean?
What's the best location?
In the smart city in L.A.? Right on the coast? What you talking about?
What they protect? What they protect on that pier? Things was burning down all the way to that pier, and they protected the pier.
Mm-hmm. The tourism.
Where the smart city gonna be? Where Malibu at? Gone.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, right?
Where Pacific Palisades gonna be at? Gone.
Yep.
It's to the edge of Thousand Oaks.
Mm-hmm.
You understand how far that is? To the edge of Thousand Oaks. And even in and a lot of people don't understand, like, they saying it's government, it is. And they don't understand,
It
like,
is, bro. They just did the
so
same thing in
people
Hawaii,
people
bro.
that saying that it's just but
go down the line.
But
Right.
here goes the thing.
that's
Well, here goes the thing with Hawaii.
2001.
Hawaii. This is the difference.
2021.
This is the difference with Hawaii. Hawaii was that laser beam, like the targeted weapon and shit, right?
That wasn't what happened in Los Angeles?
No,
Bro, look,
no.
trees-
I figured
bro,
it out and I
look at
broke
the
it down.
pictures,
Nope,
bro.
I'm gonna tell you what it was.
Tell me.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was because you from down there, right?
Right.
The niggas that come through the neighborhoods and say, hey, what's your electric bill looking like?
The smart meters? I saw that too, bro. So smart meters.
And every
can get
house that's
detonated.
been on fire and burnt down, the smart meters are
Smart
missing.
meter. Mm-hmm.
The meters are missing.
Because they burned it first. They burned first.
Now,
That's
mind
what's
you,
smart.
on the edge of Thousand Oaks, where that shit was literally burning like 100 yards away from that neighborhood and that whole cul-de-sac, always like 5 cul-de-sacs right there.
Mm-hmm.
Within them cul-de-sacs, nigga, it was probably about, in total, 3 cul-de-sacs. Probably about within the cul-de-sacs, it's like, say like a 10 to 11 houses per cul-de-sac. And per cul-de-sac, each one had about 3 to 4 houses that had smart meters on them. And they're burned completely down. And every house next to them and across the street from them are completely standing.
Mm-hmm. I feel
Grass
you, bro.
still green.
I feel you.
The grass is still green. The smart meters
That's
burnt the whole
how-
house down.
Bro, and that just reminds me, that's how they do it, bro. That's how, you know.
What is
saying?
it? This shit is
they blew
population
up pagers
control,
in
bro.
Lebanon.
Yeah.
They blew it. They had explosives in these pagers that they sold and distributed, and they blew them up. That's how these people, they're moving like that, bro. Like nothing's safe like that. I worry about us up here, bro. I'm like, hey man, if the country decides where we live here in Humboldt County is of strategic interest to them, we out of here.
It's
And
9:28,
that's
right?
crazy.
Let's get into a song.
Hey,
And I got one.
Crazier,
want?
crazier.
Kendrick Lamar,
uh-huh.
Reincarnated.
And then after that, play the Ab
You know
Soul
why?
Jid,
Because
crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier.
All right, we're gonna play the homie spit. then.
Reincarnated because we were speaking on, spiritual shit, right? And you guys know this song, right? Speaking from the perspective of the devil who was, and I always question because Albert's deep in this shit too, right? In the first verse of the Reincarnated, who do you think he was speaking of? Was it Jimi Hendrix?
No, it's
No?
not. It's before that. I forget his
It's
name.
before that.
It's an older. I gotta get the name.
Barry Gordy. Not Barry Gordy. What's the who they say Elvis stole the shit from?
Not
Chuck Berry, not
Chuck
Chuck
Berry.
Berry.
Not Chuck
Okay, and then who was the second one? Do you think is that Whitney?
I'll get the names right now.
Was that Whitney though?
No.
No. Okay. But you see what I'm saying? Like
But
when
the
you hear what the song,
But you get what he's saying though, because
for sure. He took the whole
The thing is,
For
he
those
took
who
it
don't
that
know,
far back because, no matter what generation, they still got hit the same way.
Yeah.
No matter generation of artists,
put
they
itself-
get hit the same way.
people don't understand the song itself.
that's the-
He's speaking as
That's
the devil,
Yeah.
and in that song,
'Cause
and
he
that's
said-
the thing. It's just like
That's why
it's
the
like
last verse, he's talking. It's
don't
like
give it
the
away.
devil
Don't give it
talking
away.
about-
Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Don't give it
devil
away.
talking,
Don't
and
give it
then
away.
that's
Don't
why
give it away.
the devil's in Kendrick Lamar, and so like Kendrick Lamar is fighting that devil, being like, you know what, like I know I have these.
It's a
urges, I know
flip
this and
on
that.
it's a flip on DMX shit when he had the little nigga what's the shit on what's the name of the song DMX with
Jackie
the,
Wilson, Billie Holiday. That's who
Okay.
Kendrick's talking about in the song.
okay
Mm.
so the DMX with the is it my little homie or something? No, not my little homie, but when he got the Lucifer, Damien.
Oh, Damien.
Damien.
Yep.
So it's a flip on that. Except how
Mhm.
Damien was.
See,
Damien's voice on this one is kind of like it's God.
right.
And then the regular voice is, go ahead. And, play
And
that,
that's
man.
why. And that's why I'm just gonna say real quick before I get into it.
Reincarnated.
That's why I fuck with Kendrick, because look at the concepts y'all talking about that he's putting in the music. Does Drizzy do anything like that?
We can't
in
get
the
on that right
music,
now, man.
bro?
We
We're
gotta
gonna get into that one after.
Say, hey,
the
we
show.
gonna
we
get to
talk
that.
about
Yeah.
Kendrick reads a lot of Napoleon Hill. He talks about a lot of Napoleon Hill's points through Think and Grow Rich and Outwitting the Devil.
Mhm. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
que reflejan tu mirada.
Yes. Man, I'm telling you, Kendrick, he's on another level, though. People really have to listen, and I don't know that everybody does that nowadays. Too many people be on the club shit. They just want to be on the party tracks. They just
Pussy popping on the handstand.
Don't get me wrong. I
know.
like to have fun.
Oh yeah, no,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
But
But
there's
yeah.
but you gotta admire.
They
the
make it
art
seem like it's
and
a
what he's
shameful to
doing.
having fun though. Like he doing it to where you can have fun, right? And still get your boogie out,
Right,
right?
and still enjoy it. Yep.
What was that? What was it that I even told you the other day about the squabble up shit?
Squabble up.
No, so
For those that don't know, that Albert, he's like, I don't know.
see, people, yeah, I mean, I
That nigga
heard
be
it.
deep in this music shit, and
Oh
like
yeah.
that nigga is a student of. I would say he's a student of this shit. So
I agree with you.
even if he don't look like it and seem like it, and you know what I mean, you hear his music and you be like, oh, it's this type. Like the nigga's a student of the game, so you can't really put it by him because he probably knows more than you. So yeah,
Facts.
I don't know what this nigga said the other day because he says a lot. And we've had a lot of conversations at once.
So
as you
basically-
can tell, we go different places.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. It just aligns with what I was talking about earlier about the, so in the Squabble Up video, he's highlighting a lot of like black culture, right? He's highlighting a lot of black culture, which he's saying, we've came far, but we still got far. The fight's barely beginning.
Mhm.
That's why he had the Hispanics in the video too, showing the unity. All right, well, we got over this hurdle, but the fight's just beginning.
Yep.
Squabble up.
Yep.
Get ready to squabble up.
That's it.
Like 'cause
Yep.
now that we got all these little differences that were within our smaller communities, like we're getting, we're getting rid of those boundaries and we're getting rid of those. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get closer in those communities,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just the first step.
Right. No, I agree with you, bro. I have a friend that posted something online that really resonated with me, and what she said was, she was like, she said she was quoting Dr. Huey P. Newton, and what Huey P. said was, power begins at the ability to name phenomena. And so you're right, because
You got to
what's
break that
interest-
down for people who don't understand what you're saying, though.
Right. Let me tell you what. Power starts at being able to create a understanding and put a label on an idea or a concept. And let me tell you what. Now, what I have a problem with in talking about this specific line of thought is look at the term woke. And this term woke has been stretched out into different fields, different lanes. The term woke
The DEI term.
originally, right,
They stretch it because of the DEI shit. It makes it
I
it
agree
okay
with
for
you.
them to do that. I think
and
woke
put it
is-
in different people's
well,
lanes.
For us as a people, society wise, right? Like woke is the past tense of being awake.
Right. And what that really boils down to, what it originally was
I woke up this
people
morning, like, oh, everybody's woke now. God damn it, we doing
understanding
every-
and speaking on racial disparity.
yeah.
That's what it was. Like being aware and understanding and talking accurately and intelligently.
It
on
okayed the oppression.
racial disparity. Then it switched up into all kinds of other things because it's just like the system, whether it's the system, whether it's different people, switched it up and it woke means this, woke means that, woke means all these different things. And now they've changed it into, you know what I'm saying, now you got all these, you know what I'm saying, like these Make America Great Again people talking about, oh, well, we're ending wokeism. Wokeism is done. Wokeism is dead. But that's because everybody wants to pile things into what's woke now, but that's not originally necessarily what's woke. People love to just like put things in. It's like, just look at it like this. Look at it like this. Now, this ain't me, obviously, once you hear what I'm saying, this obviously ain't me disparaging, like, let's say, the LGBTQ community. But the LGBTQ community, one of the issues that has occurred, that these conservatives, these Make America Great Again types, Christian evangelicals,
This is all through observation.
is so these people that believe that pedophilia is legitimate, right? They
That's
believe
true.
that that's it. Wait,
So let me tell you something.
wait.
Not to cut you off, right?
I gotta land that one,
So-
bro.
No,
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
I gotta land that one because that could go. People be like, "What? This is what you're talking about."
But you say,
So
but what you're saying,
these people
they
that believe in
it, yeah.
pedophilia,
They do believe
they
that's
actually
true.
have a term for it.
Yeah.
Minor attracted persons, right? So
They got
those
a whole
people,
website for it.
Oh yeah,
They got a whole website.
they
It's
have-
called-
Let's
yeah.
see what he said.
so these conservatives have lumped, and it's actually a part of that community that believes in pedophilia, or they
it's
they
like
love that shit.
grown men
They
relationship
have
for
tried
boys
to
is
lump
like the website or
themselves
some
into
shit.
LGBTQ.
In a sense, yeah,
right?
it's like grown man relationship for boys. That's what I'm saying.
Type
Like,
of shit.
Yeah, it's
And that's not what LGBTQ was. And you have a lot of LGBTQ people that are like, wait,
No,
bro,
they
like, y'all
taking their
can't lump-
template.
Y'all can't lump yourselves
They
in
taking
with
their
us.
template.
But see, what happens is
Yeah.
then these conservatives, these
Y'all
Make
fought for
America
everything
Great
to make
Again
it
people,
okay. Yep.
they're like, oh, that's what LGBTQ is pedophilia, right? So these Make America Great Again types, they have decided to name and label the phenomena. They have decided to say LGBTQ is pedophilia, right? Which it is not. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm talking about when we talking about. That's what taking me back to my original point.
Yeah.
Power begins with being able to label phenomena. That's what Dr. Huey P. Newton said. And so that's why going back to what Albert was talking about with Squabble Up, and when Kendrick is breaking these barriers and showing this is black and brown unity, because we gonna all have to come together because it's about to be some shit, right? Because that's what the fight is. Because you got all these people out here and they got power. How many people, so I get a few dozen people listening to the Hip Hop Humboldt podcast. We get some people listening to this radio station. You know how many people listen to Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan is the biggest entertainment platform in the country, right? That's a $250 million motherfucker, right? Spotify gave him all that money. And who was just on Joe Rogan trying to rebrand themselves and being all the up on there? Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Donald Trump, all these suckers, right? Like all these fools, and then Elon Musk is talking about, oh yeah, well, we're ending the woke mind virus. They're trying to label phenomena.
They're trying to this is the thing.
Speak on that, because I landed.
Okay. So this is the thing.
We could have stopped on that last.
The context.
Word. I was like, you don't stop there.
Yeah, because this is like, you got to understand. For those that don't know, I'm on a different plane of this shit, right?
Sure.
I'm with where y'all at, but I'm just on a different plane, right? I'm just on a different plane. I rationalize differently, right? Mm-hmm. And what he's saying is correct, right? The thing is that what they do is try to over-conceptualize the terms and terminology, right? Because this goes back to words themselves, right? Words themselves, right? Spells, right? Mm-hmm. So the words we speak, right, is what's happening. So the woke, right, is just a past. People don't. For those who are tuned in, for those who are not tuned in, but will follow on humboldt.air.org, woke is the past tense of being awake. Right? The awakening happened when a lot of people were closet skeletons started walking out the closet. People started to awake and see the skeletons. Okay? So now that we are awake, right? That is woke. If I was to speak from a perspective of a African American male, is what you guys call me in this country, right? Woke would be like, I see what y'all on. I get it now. Y'all not gonna play me, right?
100%.
That is the context of being woke, is knowing y'all fuck shit and not riding with the fuck shit. 100%. But woke, in your terms, would be considered an awakening, right? So to eliminate an awakening, right? And I'm speaking to multiple cultural people, right? Is to eliminate and make an awakening would eliminate your thought process. It would eliminate your freedom of thought to have these conversations and different concepts of what we're speaking on, right? So they want to eliminate you being awake. Right. So they label it as woke to say, okay, the woke structure is here because too many people woke up already.
They want you to go back to sleep.
Yeah, you don't say I awakened this morning. We're not in fucking British or Europe. I woke up.
Right.
I woke up, right? This morning when I woke up, I just had more shit on my mind, right? That is being woke, okay? So, like, all the conceptualism that's going on with this shit and trying to make it seem like we're manufacturing something that doesn't make sense and it isn't there for people, it really isn't. It's there for you, and we're putting it in layman terms, and now they're taking the layman terms and making them technical terms for their well-being. So this is where America's at. So this reverts back to what Albert was saying earlier, what if we all thought alike?
I didn't say that.
Feel me? Or well, if we would not
I didn't say that.
okay,
Don't
not
put
if we
that
all
on.
thought alike, but if we all had the faith, right? If we all had the faith to just think of just, you know what I'm saying? Just know what's right and wrong, moral compass code, right? This is the same shit. It's the same thing. Being woke and awakening. It's the same thing. So don't allow people to change your perspective on where you want your world to be. If you want your world to be in a better place, that's the people that we always against. When y'all hear all of this shit and your hip hop and the shit and y'all hear this shit, we are all doing this Humboldt hot air. It's like we don't want people to stop us from just coming together and being one person, having one consciousness. But it's multiple people, but we can all think alike. We can have our agreements. We can have our disagreements. That's what being awoke is about. Feel me? But what they keep labeling it as is making it seem like it's an oppression, or it's a wrongdoing, or it's an injustice. You feel me? Like in hindsight, it really isn't.
No.
It is what it is.
Right.
Right? It's what needs to happen. And when it reverts back to what me and Albert was talking about, well, from my perspective, what I stated, right, is it's evolution. The human body doesn't just evolve, the mind also evolves with it. And as people, we need to understand that. Right. And allow it to happen. Right. Because with everything that evolves, right, what comes after? Great shit.
Right. And I don't want to, and I also too though, when you say that, because I agree with you, the one thing though, I don't want to generalize things too much, because check it like this. So like I said, we revert back to what woke, the term woke originally was being aware and being and speaking on racial disparities.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And so that boils back down into anti-blackness is a scourge that exists all across the globe.
True.
All across the globe. And being able to identify that and speak on it, that's being woke.
I think that as well. I also think that being woke is oppression itself. Being woke is speaking against oppression, period. Doesn't matter what it is, what it pertains to.
But that's what I'm saying is that's generalizing it back out. See, that's what I'm saying is the term woke, this as it is now. But I'm saying
from
the term, even from back when people started using that term, it goes back to one thing.
It's it's oppression.
Identifying the oppression based on racial disparities.
Yeah, based upon because it's what
there's
it is.
Other types of oppressions. There's the class consciousness, right? There's class consciousness where regardless of race, there's the working class and then there's the ruling class. You know what I'm saying? There's those.
Well, it's the term.
Woke,
woke.
It's evolved
so
into
woke
all
is
those things. It's evolved into the class consciousness.
But no, you're right. I concur with you because But what I'm saying is like woke is a oppressive word, right? So we use it not oppressive word. So woke is used to describe oppression. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I feel
I'm trying to say because I just had it in my head, and then the word that they would use, right, wouldn't be woke, right? It would be like, I just thought of this. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, no, waking is awakening. Woke is being awake. You can't stop that from happening.
I feel you too, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like they utilize just even us speaking like words and spells, right? The terminology is what we're speaking on, but we understand what the meaning of it is, the basis, and that's what I mean about the evolution portion of it.
So
right?
can I get my little take on this one?
Yes, sir.
So what I feel is that woke is like a dumbed down term for free thinking. They're thinking for yourself.
I feel you.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what he's trying to say.
So whatever Elon is saying and all these people are like, we're going to put an end to this.
They're going to
put an end to free thinking, which goes back to what? Fear, which goes back into the fear of being viewed, we're... Pretty soon people are going to be afraid to have radio shows like this.
Look, oppressions,
right?
Great
Because
depression.
it's the end of the woke. The end of the woke, right? The end of the woke, whatever it is. And like I said, woke is just a dumbed down term for thinking for yourself, free thinking. And like you said, when you're thinking for yourself, you're realizing all the bullshit that's happening. When you're able to identify what's happening.
And I agree with you. And see, check it out.
I woke up this morning and said, I'm going to make y'all niggas millionaires.
Let's see.
Right.
It didn't happen.
Woke.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how they use that terminology, though.
Right. And so
You know what I'm saying?
now, but taking it back to the reality of the country, whether it's the country that we live in, the Western civilization that we live in. So if you do if these fools get to do what they want to do, if Elon, like he's talking about, we're going to end the woke mind virus.
He tripping.
Okay. Yeah, he tripping on this shit, right? But if they do that, right, then things revert back into when people weren't as free thinking about these things, racial disparity, class disparity, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different things that people are now like, hold up, like what's going on here, right? Like then it flows back into the status quo of what had existed before wokeism and people being woke, right? Which is the status quo is white supremacy being the main driving factor in Western civilization, right? In the global North, right? Like, so that's what it reverts back to, which is what they would love to see happen, right? That's why they're talking about make America great again. You know what I'm saying? It puts things back into the status quo.
And then I just want to think, this is just like a little side thought, is we're talking about Elon Musk and shit. If there's anybody listening that's like a real fucking political scientist or something, can you guys like message me on Instagram or something, call in and let me know how the fuck a South African can be in the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Be in our government, U.S. government.
Like secondhand man to the president.
I'm sorry.
No visas.
Sorry if I don't know this shit, but like
There's no visas.
If you are a political scientist, please let me know.
There's
how
no
this shit is
visas. I just want people to understand.
And my take on it, because I'm not a political scientist like that, but I'm, my own little mind. I'm a free thinker like we talking about, right? And my thought is just money, because this is all capitalist society, and so that's the richest man in the world. Yeah. He's got, you could make $500,000 a day starting from when Julius Caesar was the emperor of Rome 2,000 years ago.
To the crown.
And you still wouldn't have as much money as Elon Musk has right now.
Yes, sir, you wouldn't.
That's how much money
To
that
the
man
crown.
has. It's too much.
He wants to be the next crown.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, we could
Queen
get into
of
that, bro.
England's- yeah,
he's a
okay, yeah, we gotta get
technocrat.
up outta
He's-
here, but you
I
know
don't
what he on,
He's
nigga.
trying to turn it all to the AI, to the, they feel that, well, that's why they're trying to put brain chips in your brain. And a lot of people's going to be like, let's do it. Because that's going to be the next thing.
They gonna have cameras in your toilet when you boo boo.
Hey, this goes back. I know I've been speaking about fear this whole time, but that goes back into
They gonna
fear
tell you
of
what's wrong with your
health.
stool. Yep.
You
They
know,
gonna
the
tell
fear
you
of
what's
ill
wrong with
health.
your stool.
Everybody
They gonna be like,
progressed.
yep.
Everybody has the brain chip. You're not going to be as healthy if you don't have one.
Or you're not going to be like everybody else. Fear of being outside of, like you were talking about, fear of being different.
Yeah, it's
and
like
your own thoughts.
All right, your fear of own health. Like you can't even go to the hospital if you can't get scanned. You know, people are gonna be, oh, well, I got this shit. I got the bad thing. I got the, something's going on in my guts. I need to get this shit.
You can't get your Trump coin without a brain chip in your brain. You can't
my
get your
kidney
Trump
failed.
coins.
How did your kidney feel? I don't know.
Let the brain chip tell you.
I voted. That's where it's gonna get to, though.
No, I hear you.
It's gonna
I
get to
hear
where
you.
they be like, nigga, if you vote, you're gonna lose your kidney or something, and people gonna believe it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what the
But your
church is
votes are
telling
your
you.
rights. It's what we're doing now. I want everybody to understand what we're speaking about right now. It has everything to do with what we're doing right now. It's the freedom of speech. To be able to just have a conversation with you guys, show this shit, to be evident for what it is.
On a funny note,
it's going to get restricted.
On a funny note, did you guys notice that everybody in Idiocracy fucking wears Crocs?
The Crocs. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Crocs or Toms?
Yep.
No, the
The
Idiocracy,
Crocs.
they're wearing the Crocs.
And they thought the dude that made it, when he put him in Idiocracy, he was like, nah, man, these will never get popular. They'll never get big. and then they got to be the hugest shoe, you know what I'm saying? Period.
What's
It's
the
so
ones that
crazy.
fucking, the Clemmy we wearing, the Hey Dudes.
I ain't even know what that is.
You don't know what the Hey Dudes are? Bro, everybody wear Hey
Some
Dudes.
sandals?
Sounds like
Nah,
some Shark
they
Tank
shoes,
shit.
bro. You be up here and wearing them, you'll see the Hey Dudes.
Some boots?
Nah, they shoes, bro. They kind of resemble with the Wallabies.
Oh, yeah.
With they low cut Wallabies.
Hey, man.
I don't know.
Hey, man, let me tell you what. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We got into these interesting concepts because let me tell you what. This might be the last show where we could do it like that. 'Cause we got
Right.
FCC coming in.
No, it ain't, bro, because you're going to be able to tap into 100% Fahrenheit. You
Hey,
did.
that's what you're going to need to do if you want to hear these kinds
That's
of
what I'm saying.
conversations.
It's like, all right, that's what I said earlier. Like the radio show's fun. We like fucking with the community. We like hanging out with y'all every other Saturday. But the real support comes, buy our merch, come to our shows, listen to the shows on Spotify.
Yep.
You know, support artists like Hype, support artists like me, Albert, support Hip Hop Humboldt. You know, in
Be
general,
rights. You feel me?
everybody is
Right.
just.
You know what I mean?
You want more of this. Like, you're gonna have to tune in on the internet, you know. But you know, before
keep
we
an
get
eye
switched.
out for it. 100
Exactly.
degrees Fahrenheit, because that's gonna be dope when that comes out. Let me tell you what.
Visually.
Keep listening to the Hip Hop Humboldt
Yep,
podcast.
Hip Hop Humboldt
Keep
podcast.
tapping in, y'all. HipHopHumboldt.com.
Because in reality, without you guys, there is no us. You know, we need y'all just as much as you want us. So,
And from height, use wet wipes. Stop using tissue.
Hey, man, you crazy. You a fool, bro.
What's your ass going on?
All right, then,
wet
y'all,
wipes
till
are
next time.
simulations for tongues. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Nah, but hey, everybody, I love y'all. Stay safe. Like I said, keep your mind, body, and spirit intact right now, especially in these times. You know, go
That's it.
even if you don't want to, go work out a little
Physical,
bit, read some
spiritual,
books,
terrestrial,
save
and
some money.
extraterrestrial, bro. Get them right.
Hold on,
Right.
Let me. We need a little.
Get them right.
Go work out a little bit. You know, read some books,
Stop eating
save
rice.
some money. Defense wins games. Just remember that shit.
Right.
And stop eating
So-
rice.
And can we listen to Crazier on the way out this bitch?
Crazy.
Off
Crazy.
Fahrenheit?
Crazy.
No,
Out-
Crazier.
From Absol.
Absol.
Oh,
Jandy.
yeah.
Like I said, everybody keep your head together. Let's stay together
Should've
through
listened to
this
Get
shit.
Out My
Let's stay
Face,
together
nigga.
through this shit because it's gonna get real.
We should
I
have
know
listened to
there's a
Get
lot
Out
of
My
other.
Face.
I know there's a lot of voices popping up, but I'm being real right now. Like, we just need to stay together right now. We need to stay together, keep that mind, body, spirit intact.
That's it. Hey, till next time, y'all.
And stream that out.